Hey guys, it's Dee from DeesDivineGuidance here for the full moon in Pisces tarot card reading. It's September 2nd, so tomorrow as I'm doing this reading today, I am having a full moon releasing ritual tonight in my Facebook group. So if you want to join us there, you can do that with the link in the description box below. It's going to be good. And look at that, 2 cards came out and you already got the full moons on them. So definitely powerful moon this time. September, we also start a new month, a new quarter. So really excited. We're kind of ending out a quarter, I guess, but starting a new month. And that's really important because I just feel the energy this month is really vibrant. And this month is really the month to do what feels good. So hopefully that makes sense. So we're going to be pulling from 3 decks today. And if you haven't already, just make sure you hit the subscribe button before you leave today. If you want to see more videos from me, you can also check out my energy healings that I have on YouTube. So the overall energy here for this full moon is the 3 of Wands. So this is, again, looking towards the future, not paying attention to the things in the past. So you might have been through a lot in your past, but that does not define you. And it's time to look towards the future. I work with a lot of women in my mentorship, and a lot of them don't even know what they want to bring into their lives because we've been so busy in survival mode. So it's really time to look to the future and get excited about what that looks like, because it can be whatever you want it to be. We have the Knight of Cups, the 2 of Cups, the 8 of Pentacles, and the Chariot here. Okay, so the Knight of Cups with the 2 of Cups is some of you are walking away from love. Some of you are walking away from connection. So this could be friends, especially with the full moon. It's a releasing. So you might have to walk away from people that you might not want to walk away from, but you know it's in your best interest to do. They might be toxic. They might be putting you down all the time, but you can see the Knight is clearly going in the other direction of this connection. So during this full moon, they're just showing me like you might be very anxious around this time because it is bringing up those things that you don't want to deal with. And let me know if that resonates with you guys, because like they're just showing me like it's like you know it's there, but you kind of like shun it, you kind of like push it back and like be like no, like I don't want to confront, I don't want to deal with any confrontation or fighting, or even like, you know, the breaking up of something. And again, this could be romantic. Remember, these are general readings. Could be romantic, could be just family or friends, but you know that you've got to do it. And they're making me feel like your intuition is pulling you, telling you, dragging you to like trying to get you out of this. But it's like you're holding on tight. And during this full moon here, when you start to look towards your future, you might realize that your future does not have this person in it, and this love, this connection in your future. So it's time to kind of let go of that. You've got the 8 of Pentacles and you've got the Chariot. So all of this is about moving forward. It's about putting the work in. So, you know, if you keep feeling like, if that resonates with you, where you keep putting it down and like don't want to deal with it and don't want to have the talk and, you know, you just don't want to even think about it, it's like you've got a little bit more work to do with your healing, you know, with your energy, the subconscious beliefs that you have, maybe healing the childhood, the inner child, all of it, to move forward here. So this moon, I definitely think, is going to bring up some shadows, but it's not going to be in like a devastating tarot type of tower moment type of thing. It's just like, I feel they're just making me feel like it's like, oh man, this again, like, oh man, I gotta do something now. And they're saying like, yes, this is the time to do it. They're also showing me the end of the year. So the end of the year is on its way. It's going to be here before you know it. And it's like, do you want to go into another year the way that this year has been? And let's talk about that for a second. Like 2020, man, right? It's been a hell of a year. And within this year, you definitely could realize that there's people around you, you know, being stuck in a house with somebody, being away from somebody and realizing like, wow, I feel so much better because I'm not around that person so much. So there could definitely be things that have come up for you. And, you know, you might have to have that talk to kind of like closure is what I'm getting. You might have to have that closure. So we've got happily ever after, we've got problem resolved, and letting go. So kind of the same thing here. We're looking towards that future. We're looking for that happily ever after. But there's got to be problems that are resolved, and you've got to let go of some things. Like I have a manifest course, and it's all about letting go, because we've got to let go of the blocks that are causing us to not, bring our future to us or to even get there, right? We got to manifest that in. But a lot of us have so many blocks, and because it's our energy from the past, the problems that we need to resolve, the things we need to let go of in order to receive our happily ever after. So ask yourself those questions. We're going to be dealing with a lot of questions tonight, a lot of journaling. And if you're watching this after, you can always catch the replay in my Facebook group. But the full moon is, powerful. The energy is lasting and active for 3 days prior, 3 days after. So you do have some time to still do the full moon ritual, even if it's not on the full moon day. So you can check it out after. All right, let's see what we've got here. These are brand new cards, and I'm absolutely loving them. These are the 4 agreement cards. I didn't even know they had them. So we're going to pick some for this full moon. What messages do we need to hear for this full moon? All right. So the first card we have says, always do your best. And it says, practice makes the master. We turn it over and it says, by doing your best over and over, you can master the art of transformation. By doing your best, the habits of misusing your word, taking things personally, and making assumptions will become weaker and less frequent with time. So it's about doing your best. So that's one of the 4 agreements, is always do your best. It's a great book if you have not read it. But by doing your best over and over, you can master the art of transformation. Because if you are always doing your best, if you're always trying to be your best, a lot of the stuff that he mentions here, taking things personally, misusing your word, making assumptions, you're not going to be doing that, because you're going to realize like that's coming from the ego part of you, and that's not doing your best. So if you're always trying to remember, say, okay, something comes up, wait, I'm going to do my best. I'm going to be the best that I can be. And then you're going to kind of choose a different way of reacting to something that's happened. This one is don't make assumptions, eliminate gossip. So it says, making assumptions is a setup for suffering, because usually we gossip about our assumptions. We make assumptions and believe we are right. Then we defend our assumptions and try to make others wrong. So making assumptions is a setup for suffering. So think about that. What assumptions, I'm going to use this question tonight. What assumptions have you been making about people? And especially if you've been in toxic relationships, like what assumptions have you been making about your ex, your toxic ex? What assumptions have you been making about yourself? About other people that are involved with your ex, right? When they're doing flying monkeys, or, they're lying to other people, like what assumptions are you making? And that's one of the 4 agreements, is to don't make assumptions. So we usually make those assumptions and then we tell it to other people and we gossip about other people. But like, do you know that you're 100% right? You might think you're right, but do you absolutely know for 100% that you are absolutely right? Ask yourself that question, and if that answer to that question is no, then don't make those assumptions and don't speak about them to other people, because that's just gossiping. They're telling me this also could be happening about you too, is that people are making assumptions about you. They're showing me that some of you are having a really hard time dealing with other people gossiping about you. And just realize, like, your truth. However, if other people want to believe differently, that's on them and the assumptions they make and the lack of trust and loyalty that they have to you. So let them go, especially with this full moon. Let them go. I'm loving these cards. You loving these? Let me know in the comments. I'm loving these cards. They're just beautiful on like both sides. Okay, so the last card here is don't take anything personally. Everyone lives in their own dream. All people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. We being you. You live in your own world. They live in their own world. And that's, again, with this assumptions and the gossip. Like, they are looking at things from their perception of what they've been through, what they've been told. It does not make anything true. So their world is not your truth. Your truth is your truth. So I'm going to read it one more time. All people live in their own dream, in their own mind. They are in a completely different world from the one we live in. So just remember that when people are gossiping about you, don't take anything personally. It's usually not about you. You say something to somebody, they flip out, you're triggering something within them. It's not about you. All right, so I hope you enjoyed this reading for the full moon in Pisces coming up tomorrow, September 2nd. If you want to, you can join me in the Facebook group for the full moon releasing ritual. I am going to be doing some energy healing and asking a lot of questions, so definitely bring a notebook. And so enjoy this full moon. I feel like it's clearing. I'm going to say not clarity, but clearing. It's time to clear out the old to bring in the new before the next year comes. And I think that this energy is being felt all over the place. If you're decluttering, if you're nesting, getting the house ready, doing different things, like that's the energy of this moon that I'm feeling it's bringing into us. Because it's getting us ready for something new to come in. And let's cross our fingers that it's great. It's something great that's going to happen all over this world because we need it right now. So much love. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the reading. And also, I hope to see you over on Facebook. Much love. I'll talk to you soon. Bye.